In this video, I'll be showing you everything you need to know about buying, selling, and trading Disney Lorcana cards and products, so buckle up. First, let's start off with buying. Whether you're looking for one card in particular or to build an entire deck, one of the easiest and safest places to purchase from is going to be tcgplayer.com. It's also where most cards are valued. So if you're looking on the Facebook Marketplace, which we'll get to in a minute, most of the people are using tcgplayer.com to find the value of their cards and then adjust accordingly based on how badly they want to move it. So let's check out TCG Player. You're going to have a protection guarantee. Once you've set up an account and added a way to purchase, you'll be able to buy whatever cards you want. If you get something, say it says near mint and it's supposed to be a beautiful card and it's bent, it's destroyed, it's ruined, something's wrong with it, you're protected at tcgplayer.com, so you can send it back and get a refund. They also will refund you if somebody does in fact send you a fake card, but it's definitely going to be one of the safest places to purchase from. Another option is going to be eBay. I'm not really going to touch on eBay. eBay is its whole own thing, and hopefully if you've done eBay before, you know what you're looking for. Again, with eBay, you have their authenticity guarantee, so if somebody sends you a fake card there or your order's bad, you're going to be able to get your money back 9 times out of 10. There are some weird circumstances, but let's head over to TCG Player and check that out. So here you're going to be greeted with the home page, and you can search directly for a card you want or go directly to just the Lorcana page. So if you're trying to search for something, say you want Piglet, Sturdy Horse or Swords Horseman, my goodness, could you imagine? The Enchanted, click it. And now you're going to be greeted with plenty of options to purchase it. You can see the current market price. You can also see what it's sold for recently, 70, 65, 70. And then as you scroll down, you'll be able to see the conditions. Near mint hollow foil. I mean, they're all going to be hollow foils because they're enchanted. Near mint. It looks like there's no damaged options, but sometimes you'll see really cheap ones. Make sure you double check what it says because some of them can be really, really beat up. And it's crazy to see this released for 2 days was worth $373. And then as the set came out and availability spread, you could see it's tanked all the way down to $70. But to go directly to the Disney Lorcana section, you're just going to click this. And here you can pick pretty much anything. If you want the first chapter, second, third, fourth, and you can even pre-order chapter 5. I mean, they've got individual cards here that people just know they're going to get. Obviously, all the product is here available. But like I said, some of the cards are already available. You can pre-order because these people know that eventually they're going to have it. They'll ship it out. So that's kind of how that works. Both TCG Player and eBay will give you the authentication guarantee and some form of protection. So in the event that you get a fake, you can get your money back. But I'm sure the main reason you're watching this is so that you can see how I'm operating through those Facebook groups and getting better deals. Typically 70, I mean, even down to 60% off some of these TCG Player prices. So let's get to the Facebook groups. Okay, so we're in Facebook. The first thing you're going to want to do if you're trying to join any group to buy, sell, or trade is just to head over to the search Facebook and go ahead and take a look at these. These are some of the biggest ones. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I found a region-specific group. You can also do the same on your end. I just search Lorcana TCG, something along that lines, and you'll get results. And then you can type in your city or a state and should be able to narrow it down. But some of the largest groups are going to be the Lorcana Card Game Marketplace. Disney Lorcana Trade Feedback is a key one. Add that immediately. And then Lorcana TCG and the Marketplace and Discussion. Each of these 3 groups are all amazing for buying, selling, and trading. So I'm just going to click this one. This one's got 19,500 members. And what's funny is most of the images here, I've done trades with pretty much all of these people and bought from them. Oh, that's kind of funny. I never realized all those people. So yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while. So once you get to this page, you're gonna basically, it should say join or request, and then you'll get an invite. You'll be able to join. And then once you're here, if you're looking to buy or anything in particular, I change this most relevant to newest activity so that I can just see what's being sold. And of course, right out the gate, the Gen Con was today. Anyone who stood in line got one of these, and somebody just threw up the price. It was $100, and that's kind of what started the whole thing. He turned off commenting because you can see people weren't too thrilled at his $100, but also, I mean, there you go. So they came out and now they're $100. So this guy is looking to buy Beast Tragic Hero at 80% TCG player market. So what that means, the market price is $43.76. He wants to pay 80% of that, and that's why these groups are great, because it's only a 9-minute old post, but soon people will be commenting and saying what their offer is, what they've got, and again, more of the Mickey Brave Little Taylor pins, which is tough because you know those are going to be collectors. And so like this person, Austin Garrett's got a ton of stuff, and it looks like he's selling for him and his roommate. Oh, see, somebody's already mentioned me in a comment. Oh yeah, because I tried to buy a Sisu earlier and my messenger wouldn't open. But yeah, I mean, here's your chance to go through, find things for a lot cheaper, but also if you're looking to sell, this guy's looking for this, and he's already listed how much he knows it costs, so he's going to try and make a deal with you. Yeah, it looks like today the Mickey pin is just going to dominate the marketplace. But you've got people selling, so this is Europe, but you've got people selling full boxes of things. This guy's asking the safest way to sell high value cards. So, and he's also concerned about scammers. So maybe I will shoot him a link to this video when I am all done. So if you're looking to buy, head over here. Another thing you can do is just type in a search what you're looking for. So let's say you want, learn how to spell, talk about Bruno. Learn how to type is what I meant. And so now you've got the results, but I'm going to change it to most recent because you don't want to be looking through like month-old posts. So this guy, he has, we don't talk about Bruno. He's asking 125 shipped for all of this, which is a foil Yen Sid, foil Flynn Rider, regular, and an Ursula, which seems like a pretty dang good deal. So what I would typically do is comment. You just type in PM, that way they know you're going to private message them, because half the time when you message somebody and they're not your friend, it goes to like a separate area, and I've lost a ton of trades from that. So what you would do is just click on his and then just click message, and then start the communication. And what I do when I start stuff like this, say you're on someone's page and you're like, oh, I'm nervous, I don't know if I want to buy from them. Check, see when they joined. So this person's been a member since April 19th, which is a pretty long time. Scammers are going to typically have short times, and they're only going to have like one post. This guy, I mean, they've definitely made quite a few posts, and so this one says sold. They've been selling, I mean, way back in May. And other things is to pay attention to their timestamps. You can tell pretty much when a timestamp is fake. So these are handwritten, which is great. I will try and find you a fake timestamp just to give you an idea of that. Once you've found a group that you like, definitely start posting, searching in there. Another one you're gonna want to add immediately is Disney Lorcana trade feedback. Here is where you can search. Like, say you're about to do a deal with somebody. So let's say Zach, I bought an Enchanted Elsa from him and was extremely nervous. So I pulled his name up, and he's already created a reference check since way back in February 15th. And you can tell he's got 28 comments from people who are talking him up, saying he did a great job. I mean, this person asked February 8th, has anyone purchased from him? I liked it. I probably commented. Oh, no, maybe I was lazy that day. Who knows? But I did comment on this one because the transaction was great. And here you can see on February 2nd, I created one. I've gotten positive feedback from people. So this is a great place for finding any trade reference possible. So definitely join that group. I'll pull that group back up again. It is the Disney Lorcana Trade Feedback. And the problem is there's only 2,600 members. So I'm definitely, when I'm done with the video, going to invite a lot of people I know. But you can also scroll through. So watch out for this man. I sold him items for pins in the past. And then they'll post screenshots so you can see like who's scamming and what's happening. And I mean, there is a lot of scamming happening out there. So just make sure you're doing your research. Look at how old their profile is. I'll go to people's actual profiles and see if they've posted recently. Like if somebody's sales name is like Derek Johnson and you click on it and it's a girl's profile with a girl's name and you see like no sign of a guy, it usually means somebody stole a Facebook profile and hacked them and are trying to just scam that way. And another major way you're going to want to protect yourself is only paying with PayPal goods and services. When you pay with PayPal goods and services, you're guaranteed to get a refund if the package never arrives or if they were scammed. I've only done friends and family once, and it was for that Zach that I pulled up because he had so many references and people spoke so highly of him. So make sure you're always using PayPal goods and services. I have done Venmo in the past, and they do have a goods and services. Your protection's not nearly as good as it is with PayPal. And a lot of times I'll see scammers trying to use Zelly. I would just 100% stick with PayPal. Any reputable seller is going to be using PayPal or have a business front at that point in which they could invoice you and you'll be protected there. But yes, PayPal, goods and services, just stick with that. Now I'm going to cut over to showing you how to prepare your cards for either selling them or trading them. When you're making the posts, they kind of need to be laid out a certain way if you want to be taken seriously or if people are going to trust you. So let's check that out. Okay, so now we're moving on to the selling, and this will also tie in with trading. So if you're trying to sell or trade any of your Lorcana cards, the easiest way to go about it and making people feel safe is just take what you have, lay it out fairly easily, like visible. I usually do it in groups depending on what I'm trying to move. So these are going to be all of my chapter 1 legendary cards, and I just sort them out so people can view and see what I've got available. Certain ones are in top loaders just because they were going to be deals in the past. But then once they're displayed, the biggest thing and most important you can do is the timestamp. That way people know it's your name, when these photos were taken, kind of like a proof of life. So I always just do it on like a bright sticky note. I write my name, first and last, Nathan Cooper. And then I do today's date, which is, now that I've re-recorded this video so many times, 8/1/24. And for whatever reason, I do this, just like a random scribble, so that, actually there is a reason, so that a scammer can't try and replicate it, so they can't steal this photo and then re-Photoshop over that, because that's going to be hard to duplicate unless they completely wipe it out. But that's the first thing I do. So you've got all the cards displayed, people know what you're trying to get rid of. Yeah, and what you do is you typically just take a photo of this. I like to go above and beyond if I'm doing a trade. I will do a video timestamp. So if we're messaging back and forth in Facebook, I will literally send them a video. I'm Nathan Cooper, and I'll be scanning over the cards. I'm Nathan Cooper. These are the cards for trade. I'll say the person's name and I'll say the date. Like, there's zero doubt, because there's been a few times where I've asked someone, hey, can you do a video timestamp? Just show me the card and say your name. And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, are you too busy? And they're like, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, cool, thank you for saving me a terrible transaction. So things to remember. But this is definitely how people like them portrayed. I usually I think timestamps, people will accept them 1, 2, or 3 days because it's really annoying to lay out. I'll show you pictures right now to lay out all these cards, get them all organized, put a timestamp down, post them, and then those groups, sometimes it can take up to like 6 hours for an admin to approve your post. Make sure when you join any of those groups, read their rules. Some of them require you to list a price. And when I'm trying to do trades, I don't want to put a price. So I'll put some smart aleck remark like, take the whole lot of cards for $5,000 or a Ferrari. There, I listed a price, so the mods are happy. I'm kind of a stinker, but I do. You know how long it takes to go through and list all the prices for some of these cards? And then when you laid them out and you realize, oh, this card's worth 17 cents. Not worth setting out here because I'm not going to ship that. And while we're on the topic of shipping, go check out some of the other videos I've released on shipping cards because that's too much to put into this. So let's get back over to Facebook and try and make a trade deal just to show you how it goes down. We're back over here at Facebook again. One other cool thing I wanted to point out, once you're in these groups, you can actually, they have a chat group associated with them. So you're able to actually click and start not only trying to make posts, but you can do something a little quicker over here. I tried to save some time and scroll through to see if I could find anyone trading, but nobody looks like they're doing anything within the past 3 days recently. So I'm just gonna do looking for the following cards in foil as well as non-foil promos. And I've already got a screenshot queued up, so I'm gonna load that super quick. Oh, I thought I did. No, what did I do to myself? Oh, here they are. So I'm just gonna drop all those in there. And then I took photos of a bunch of stuff for trade and a whole lot more. And I did take pictures of what I've got. So I'm just gonna like completely overtake. What did I do? Oh, too many folders in here. My goodness, somebody should get some organization going, but there we go. And I've already chatted with this guy a ton, but all he wants to do is sell stuff. He's not looking to trade really. And now I even have to confirm I put the right thing up. Oh yeah, so I'm looking for, I want all of these enchanteds. And I'm also looking for these in foil so that I can wrap up chapter 1. But it looks like so far all I'm gonna get is people trying to sell things. So I'm just gonna go and make a post. Hey all, I'm looking to trade for the cards in the screenshots. Not focused on selling. And then I'll just say, here's what I've got available for trade. And I have a ton more that's not pictured because it takes way too long. So then I'll add to the post. Actually, all of this stuff. So that's everything I've got for trade. And then everything I want to sell. Since I have to post a price, I'll take, let's see. I actually did add it up. So it was 120 for all the chapter 1 stuff. Let's see, 205, 315, 390, 490, 440. I'm just gonna say 550 shipped. Bam. And now it's gonna upload everything. It's showing what I've got available and what I want. Yeah. Actually, I'm not even going to say location. Some don't require a location. I think the Pacific Northwest group requires a location. So I'm just going to throw that post up, and then hopefully I can get some quick responses. I know, like I said, they take quite a while to see. Look, I posted so much, I made Clancy want to leave the group. Darn it. So hopefully they approve this post fairly quickly, and I can add to the video like my engagement with somebody. If not, I'll scroll back and I'll find an old conversation just to kind of show you how things took place. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna cut to that. Okay, so here is a trade I recently did. To give you an idea, some of these trades take a long time to get done. So originally I messaged him June 20th, asked him if he found everything he was looking for. He had an ad going, he didn't. So I asked him to send me an updated list, and then he sent me his original post. So I was looking at what he was looking for, and I did have a Tinkerbell mat that I really didn't want to part with. So I got home later that day, I shot him over the picture that I was showing you. This is everything I had available for the trade. And then we kind of went back and forth. He was hoping to make a deal. We were both leaving on a trip. And then he came at me with other things he was looking for, which I knew I had most of it. So I went back through. He sent me, and see what I meant? He sent for Nathan. Like, these are the things you want to do when you're doing a trade. Like, the handwriting kind of made me nervous at first, but then when it matched up like for Nathan, I'm like, okay, yep. And then I looked at some of his older posts, and like I said, private investigator, he uses the same mat on most. Like, a scammer would have all sorts of different pictures, one on like a tile floor, one on the kitchen counter. Like I mentioned, I'll send him a video timestamp, and I mentioned the YouTube channel. So he went over and showed some love. That was super cool. And then a couple days went by and followed back up. Still wanted to get the trade going. So then I sorted through everything again and sent him the updated items he was looking for. And then we kind of went back and forth on price, kind of like what I explained. And still, I'm sending more photos with updated timestamps because it's a new date now. And we kept going, so we got really close. This is one of those where it was like we were down almost to the dollar, and it ended up, he wanted so much, he ended up throwing in a bunch of Flynn Riders. We don't talk about Brunos and Sisus that I needed. And finally, like you saw, it was June 20th. Here we are. I'm going to have to blur that out, but July 10th, we're finally getting somewhere. And then, like I said, here's what I do in my videos. You know, I'm showing him, here's a video, here's the timestamp, I wrote his name there, and I'm talking through the whole thing. And then to make people feel better, I show them that I know how to send cards. So I put them in team sleeves, painter's tape. I fix the labels, so I usually put clear shipping tape over that and put it in a bubble mailer. Anything that's over like 3 or 4 cards, or when you need to provide tracking, I always do that stuff. And then he showed me proof, and of course this is the most common thing. You take a picture that you shipped it so that someone has the tracking number right when you leave the post office. So it makes everyone feels pretty trusted. And again, I did the same for him, and yeah, everything worked out. And now I should probably go back to that feedback page and leave him some positive feedback so that he can reference this in the future. Well, thank you all for following along. Hopefully that made some sense to you and outlined quite a few questions you may have had. I'm going to when this video gets posted, I will be watching the comments section heavily. So please feel free to reach out with any other questions you have. I want to make this process as easy as possible. I'll put the links to Dreamborn, and maybe I should be able to post the links to the Facebook group, so you can just click directly in the description and add those to you. And again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments section. I really hope this video was helpful. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained when I'm doing these things, and there's like 3 different cameras trying to record. You got the microphone going with the screen capture going. It was a lot to process. So I'm going to edit this, get this up, and then go rip some more packs, because that's what I enjoy and do best, apparently. Thank you all for following along. I appreciate you so much. Have a great morning, evening, night, day, everything.